Case is Mr. Russel Dexter. Mr. Dexter, if you would please give us your full name and DOC number.
Russel Scott Dexter, 117372.
Mr. Dexter, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then we're going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement before the board votes. Do you understand our process, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is a matter of Russel S Dexter, date of birth October the 9th of 1960. It's classified as an 8th felony offense. He has an adjusted good time date of May the 15th of 2024, a full term date of May 10th, 2025. He is currently serving a 5-year, 11-month, 28-day sentence for the charge of simple burglary after having been adjudicated a habitual offender. Is that information all accurate, Mr. Dexter?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dexter, your case has been assigned to Mr. Pete Freeman. Mr. Freeman will begin our interview process. Would you please answer any questions he may have?
Good morning,
Yes,
Mr. Dexter.
Hey,
How old are you, Mr. Dexter?
63.
Okay. How long have you been incarcerated on this?
Oh, I can't.
How long you been on this, Joe?
Almost 4 years.
What's your educational level?
12th grade with vocational carpenter, bricklaying, and transit level 1 and 2.
Mr. Dexter, Russell, you've had a very poor supervision history with 6 revocations. Why should I believe that pattern has changed? Why should I believe that if I let you out today, that I'm not going to see you as a 9th felony offender?
Because I changed my life. I know I had a problem with different things in my life coming up, and I changed my life. I found a family that will help me when I get out. For my substance abuse and everything, I find me a family, a sponsor, find me a job, and do the right thing. I really have changed.
How old were you when you started using drugs?
It's sad to say, and I'm 30 years old.
Well, you didn't start kind of late in life, then, really.
Wow.
Well, what's going to be your transition plan?
My transition plan is to go
Where you
back.
going to live? Where you going to work?
I'm gonna work I got a landscaping. My son got a landscaping business to be able to find me a job if I want another job. For now, landscaping.
Who you going to live with?
I'm gonna live with my half brother, my step brother.
What's going to be your sobriety plan? How are you going to stay sober?
I'm gonna attend classes every week. I'm gonna find me a sponsor.
You've had 0 write-ups, which is pretty amazing. Custody is medium, your risk is high, your needs is medium. Back when we had your first hearings, there were some suggestions that you take some classes.
Yes, sir.
Did you take living in balance?
Yes, sir. The classes were thinking for change. The classes I had that when I came up the first time, it was thinking for change.
Okay. What you took any other classes since your last hearing?
Motivation for change.
Have you been attending substance abuse?
For 3 years now.
So you've been attending AA and NA meetings for 3 years?
Yes, sir. Since I've been here.
What have they taught you?
I admitted that I was powerless over my addiction and my life have come to manage. Came to believe that a power greater than myself can restore me to sanity.
I have no questions. Mr. Knapp.
Mr. Warden, what can you tell us about Mr. Dexter?
Good morning again. I tell you what, I was up here last time he was here when they asked about taking some more classes. You know, he said that when he got denied last time, he said, look, take some more classes. So I helped him get in those classes. I'm proud of him for that. But like I say, he's one of my squad line leaders. I've talked about that in the past. I'm not sure if y'all remember, but it's a volunteer group of medium custody inmates that go out into gardens and work the gardens and stuff. And he kind of runs that squad line for me over there and makes sure everything's running like it's supposed to. As Mr. Freeman said, his write-up history is nil. He's done great institutional record, and he really has done a good job. He's a Pride member, and that's it. He's doing a good job.
Thank you very much, Warden. Panel ready to vote? Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Dexter, wow, I really can't even believe I'm considering letting the eighth offender out. I'm gonna be totally honest. I worked in probation pro for 35 years.
Yes, sir.
But you served 4 years on this sentence already. You did the things we asked you to do from your last hearing. And due to the warden's comments, I'm gonna give you a chance. But grant you parole, but I want you to attend 3 AA meetings a week.
Yes, sir.
I want you to have a curfew, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to talk to at-risk youth. If the probation officer can find you a school or a church or someone you go talk to, go tell them how long have you spent in jail. Next shot, your whole life, add up to total years.
It's sad. I don't know, sir. It's been, I don't know, at least 20 years.
You go talk to kids, let them know.
I will.
Okay.
But
So
yes, sir.
that's my vote.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Roche?
Good morning, Mr. Dexter.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Mr. Dexter. Mr. Dexter, I just can't get by an individual who's been convicted of 8 felonies, who has been revoked 5 or 6 times. And maybe I can get by that, but you have a high risk assessment on your on your last tiger. You have a moderate needs assessment. We want to talk about the opposition from the legal community, because you're always going to have opposition from the legal community. But you're in for what? Simple burglary?
Yes, sir.
Be eligible to apply again in 6 months. Continue working with Warden Vicker. Show me that this track is a true track for rehabilitation. And maybe if I'm sitting on the panel next time, I will vote to release you. But 8 felony offenders, a high risk assessment, a moderate needs assessment, I need to see it continue the way that it's continued for the last couple of years. I voted to deny your request.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Mr. Dexter, you're 63 years old. No question, you got a horrible record. You've been 8-time convicted felon. But I'm listening to the warden talk about how hard you work and what you do while you're there. At some point, I think people get tired of committing crimes, coming to jail. And It sounds like you've done some good work on your substance abuse. You've got a good plan about staying sober. Hopefully your son will be able to put you to work and you can work there with him. Like Mr. Freeman, I'm willing to take a chance on it. My vote today would be to grant with the same conditions, 3 AA meetings per week and curfew 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. with your speaking to doing 5 hours of community service work per month after maybe the first 90 days so you could get activated on. Now you have 2 out of 3 votes. Is that sufficient to grant his parole? He's got a high risk assessment. All right. Only 2 votes today out of 3. I mean, you gained a lot today, but unfortunately, it's not enough to grant your parole. So, fortunately, your parole has been denied. So, you got a lot of encouragement today, and I hope you continue to work. And hopefully, next time it'll be a little different. But if you continue to work, and I'm still on this panel, when you come back, you'll get my vote. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Sometimes you surprise me, Mr. Roche. That's all I can say. I thought he was being a little bit too rough there. The man's got like a year left on his 5-year sentence. He gets to reapply in 6 months, but it's like, what was the point? You said show more that you're doing more. What? He has 0 write-ups. He's like doing the best he can do, and he's been doing it since he got there. So are you doing this just to punish him more? Because there's nothing more that he can prove. So I really don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. It's simple burglary. I mean, the guy's had obviously a huge problem. He started at 30 years old, and I believe him. 30 years old. He started doing drugs, and he just hasn't been able to get his act together. 8 felonies. That's what he's been caught for. I mean, that might be one of the higher numbers we've seen. And maybe because his felonies were minor, he got a bunch of small sentences. Or maybe he picked up like 3 felonies on his last arrest. Like, it's hard to know for sure how that happened, because you would have thought he would have gotten an habitual offender earlier. But I don't get it. I don't get why you just don't let him off. It's like, reward someone who works hard, because it's not going to make a difference whether he gets out. And then what if he decides in 6 months that he doesn't even want to go for parole? Because at that point, he can actually consider getting out and not having all of the strings attached with it. I don't get it. What do you guys think? You think that Mr. O'Shea really just was totally unnecessarily rough on this, or that he deserves it because of all of the times he's failed? But at 63 years old, I would say, let the guy out. But with that, I'll let you go.